So, welcome back to Bodhicharyavatara. So, we are now on stanza number 30, on 30th, on the 9th chapter, in the 9th chapter. And so, we went through some of the questions and discussions between Madhyamika and Chittamatra kind of things, but these questions can arise in anyone anyway. So some of them. Now, stanza number 13 says, even if we know that all is like illusion, how, you ask, will this dispel afflictive passion? Magicians may indeed themselves desire the mirage woman they themselves create. So the question is, even if you understand all the phenomena are, emptiness, mirage-like, illusion-like, would it really help to, uproot our klesha, negative emotions like, attachment, aversion, hatred, and things like that? Because a magician who has the capacity to create, very beautiful things, like a very beautiful lady or something like that. And, but that magician knows that the beautiful thing that he has created is not real, because it's created by him. But still, that doesn't prevent him to be attachment to that, aversion and attachment to that creation of him, which is, which is mirage-like, which is magic, which is emptiness, which is actually illusion. So even if we can see the phenomena as emptiness and illusion, would it really help us to get rid of our negative emotions? The answer to that is stanza number 31. The reason is they have not rid themselves of habits of desiring objects of perception. And when they gaze upon such things, the aptitude for emptiness is weak indeed. Yes, this is possible. This happens, that you create an illusion or a magic, something beautiful, and still you get attached to that, or you have all kind of emotions, aversion, attachment, everything relating to that. That happens because, although that person who creates this magic knows that that particular thing that is created is an illusion, but he doesn't know that, everything that is around, all phenomena is not illusion, and they are there, they are truly there, and he is very strongly, or she is very strongly, attached to aversion and things like that. So, and that, that he or she kind of does even on the magic or the illusion that is created, he could kind of forget, or that this is illusion, and have aversion, attachment, because his understanding of the emptiness or illusory nature of things is very weak. So therefore, if we are too much, if we see or if we perceive that everything that's around us, ourselves included, are truly existing, and they're really real and things like that, then it creates lots of aversion and lots of attachment, because we want things that we need to get, and we think things that we don't like we should get rid of, and things like that. So our habitual tendency of that is very strong. So even when we know that it is not really real, like we see a movie and we know it's not real, but still we are very emotionally involved with it. But this is 32. By training in this aptitude of emptiness, the habit to perceive real things will be relinquished. By training in the thought, there isn't anything, this view itself will also be abandoned. So therefore, we need to understand, we need to examine, investigate the nature of all the things, everything that is, that is there, that we think or we perceive as existing, and try to understand how they exist. They exist interdependently, they exist, there is no true, and the real, existence of something that is truly there, independently. Everything is interdependent, everything is relatively there, there's nothing ultimately there. And when we really understand this, when that understanding becomes very, very clear, then we have a little bit of understanding of it. But that understanding alone, can help a little bit, but would not totally, come down, or will not totally get rid of our strong samsaric attachment and aversion and things like that. We need to meditate on it. We need to, bring that understanding, kind of conceptual understanding, intellectual understanding that we have kind of in our head, has to bring down to our heart, that we remind ourselves again and again. We investigate again and again. We look at it in this way again and again, because that's how it is. We need to be really, truly, fully, convincingly, investigate it. Not just believe, not just, and then, try to bring it into our experience. And when we do that, then That's called meditation, that. So when we understand, and then not only remains as intellectual understanding, but an experiential understanding, that we would habitually react with that way of saying, then it can change our way of saying things. Then we know that we don't have to react so so strongly. We don't have to be so so afraid, so much aversion, so much attachment. Like, for instance, if we have a dream, a very beautiful dream, or very difficult dream, and then at that time, if we really deeply and clearly understood that it's a dream, and that understanding becomes really, really clear, then whatever happens in the dream, we could be totally, doesn't matter whatever happening, because we know that all these things happening is just a dream, an illusion. And that would not disturb our mind. Neither it will bring fear, nor it will bring attachment, nor aversion, nor any of these things. And if we become very good at it, we could also change that dream. So in the same way, if we can train to see the phenomena as truly illusory, emptiness, interdependence, then it will change our way of reacting. The habit to perceive real things will be relinquished. By training in the thought there isn't anything, this view itself will also be abandoned. Sometimes, this is something important. When you say that this is not true, there is nothing real, there is nothing, everything is not real, or there's nothing existing on its own, that's another concept. There's another concept. When you say it's unreal, it's also based on some kind of a concept of something real, and compared with that, it's unreal. If you say it's not there, not existing, it's also based on a concept of something existing. This is another concept. When we think it doesn't exist, it is not real, also is kind of there's based on, there is a underground, there is a kind of what can you say, underlying grasping that something there. So therefore, we need to even to truly understand the the ultimate nature of things. One needs to understand that, or go beyond that concept or perception that it's nothing, there's nothing existing also, there's nothing real. That part has to be also because when we are too much attached to something unreal, this is unreal, this is not there, this is illusory. So, it's another end, another extreme. It's so therefore, when we understand that, that it's not about there's nothing, everything is not existing on its own, or it's unreal, or it's illusory. Too much kind of attachment to that we need to go beyond that, because that's another attachment. There's another, concept. Everything existing, or everything not existing is another way. So when we can understand this, we can understand this. If you can understand this, that saying that everything doesn't exist, or everything is, like illusory, or it's not true or real, or it's illusory. That grasping has to be, is another concept. It's another concept, because if you say it's existing, it's also our, the way things are is the way things are. Everything, it's appearing as it appears. It's colorful. It's magnificent. Everything is, is fully, vibrant. And it changes. It appears. It disappears. Everything, is totally, it's kind of. What can you say? Kinds of perfect in its any way. But our concept, our way of perceiving it, the way things are is not the problem. The way we perceive it, the way we conceive it, the way we react to that is the problem. Our klesha, attachment, aversion, ignorance, is not coming from the way things are. It's coming from the way we understand, we react, we conceive, we perceive. So therefore, it's existing, it's not existing, it is like this, it's not like that, is, all are like our own perceptions. So when we can go beyond this like that, and experience and allow all the experiences as it arises, but not with this kind of extremes. This I do. This is existing. This is good. This is not good. This is right. This is not. This is existing. This is not existing, and things like that. Then we go beyond any kind of too much grasping. And when that happens, then so therefore, we get rid of our attachment to the emptiness also, and when we are not attached to any of this, like graspings, it exists, it doesn't exist, it is there, it's not there, it's true, it's not true, but can totally be aware of everything and kind of enjoy everything, not get involved with aversion and attachment, then all the experience can be there, but does not need to bind us, does not need to generate kleshas, and therefore remains liberated. So that's the idea, I think. So the Tibetan version of this is 30 Jima tabri shinayu chitr nyomu dojirde. Konse jime pame la teje nichun choshi jirs. That's the first. Teje pane shijala nyomu pasha mapompa. Tena tentong wana te tonyo pasha nyamchuni. Second stanza, 30-31. Tonyo pasha kamba gupi pasha ponjirishi. Jiyo mechi kambi na tensheni ponjir. So this is the, I think, stanza number 32. So we have come up to 32. Thank you.